Mothra's fighting debut against Godzilla was the appropriately titled 1964 film, Mothra vs. Godzilla. Okay. Or, as it was released in America, Godzilla vs. The Thing! Why'd they call her The Thing? She's a beautiful butterfly! Godzilla's more of a thing than Mothra. I mean, no one knows what he's supposed to be. And what about the other monsters? What's this? What's that? But what's this moth-like thing? I think they were smoking crack. Anyway, Mothra puts Godzilla in his place. She emits a yellow poisonous powder, attacks his hair, and drags him around like he's a paperweight. I love athletic women. With big booties, because she booty bumps him. Urgh! All Godzilla does is swat at the air and shoots his radioactive beam blindly. It's pathetic. The whole movie he's clumsy, getting his tail stuck in a tower and flailing about, and losing his footing and smashing face first into the pagoda. And he moves so slow! Come on, move! Move! Unfortunately, she ends up dying. But I don't consider it a victory for Godzilla, because the movie reminds you about 800 times that Mothra is really old and about to die anyway. So, yeah, she dies of old age. But like the legendary fantasy creature the Phoenix, where Mothra dies, more Mothras rise from her ashes. I love how they walk, it's so adorable. And the puppetry work still looks great after 50 years, too. These two little shrimp nuggets seemingly don't stand a chance against Godzilla, but these little ladies use their wits against the brainless monster. One bites his tail, which is hilarious, because all he does is flail about instead of counterattacking. But then, the little shrimp nuggets use the environment to their advantage, blending in and shooting their silk at him. And just when he's about to locate them, they disappear and reappear somewhere else. It's genius. And it's not like the Mothras have to work very hard. He just stands there and kicks rocks! He's so stupid! Why doesn't he just run away? Oh my gosh! Okay, that's pretty funny. Godzilla falls over into the ocean, not to be seen again. Score victory for the Mothras. You go, girl fans! But believe it or not, Mothra and Godzilla would actually team up in the next film, called Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, or in America, Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster. It's only one letter. Could have been an honest translation error. Ghidorah is a nasty fella. He shoots what looks like lightning bolts, but they're described as gravity beams? I didn't know gravity was yellow, but okay. Ah, I see, it causes gravity. While this is going on, Godzilla and Rodan are beating the living pudding out of one another. For no real reason! Oh, how did Godzilla end up having a kid? So, it's up to our little turd hero to set things straight. And I'm not sure what happened to the second Mothra. I guess she's just not there out of convenience. Anyway, Mothra attempts to use her amazing negotiating skills to persuade Godzilla and Rodan into fighting Ghidorah, but they're too busy playing volleyball. Aww, it's like watching a little girl trying to get her older brother's attentions. When words don't work, Mothra resorts to her silk attack, and Godzilla and Rodan laugh at each other's misfortune. It's not that funny, Godzilla. Now that she has their attention, Mothra takes to the podium, but they really won't give her the time of day. All they do is mouth off to her.
Mothra says the Earth belongs to them as much as it does to man. Oh, Godzilla, what terrible language!
Come on, that's not cool. So, heck with them. Mothra attempts to fight Ghidorah on her own, but it doesn't go very well. Fortunately, her powers of negotiation have worked after all, because Godzilla and Rodan come roaring to her aid! Okay, now, that's adorable. It's mostly Godzilla and Rodan doing the fighting. Rodan has a pretty funny part where he rams into Ghidorah, then he hides behind a rock, poking his head out very slowly from time to time. But Mothra manages to sneak in another tail attack. While Godzilla's getting poked in the crotch, again, and fumbling about like a dummy, Mothra rides on top of Rodan and shoots her silky attack. I don't know which one is funnier, but chalk it as another victory for Mothra and her quick wits. Ghidorah leaves and everyone's happy. Moving on to Mothra's next appearance. Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster, or Ebra, Horror of the Deep, or as it's known in Holland, Mothra the Flying Dracula Monster. What? Does anyone actually watch the movie that they're translating? Or am I missing something and the general public can't tell these two characters apart? And why make her the title monster? She's only in it for 2 seconds, and half of that she's sleeping. Oh, and the Mothra puppet looks horrible. It's not cute at all. Mothra zooms in, gives Godzilla a Mike Tyson punch, and that's it. The movie ends. Really easy victory for Mothra. Oh, come on, I want more Mothra. Well, Mothra's next appearance is in Destroy All Monsters, and this marks the only time that Mothra is evil. She derails a train and randomly appears out of a subway. That's above ground. How does that work? Who rubbed Mothra the wrong way? Not to mention all the other monsters. Why are they destroying the world? Well, it turns out aliens have taken control of them, and that's all you need to know. That's pretty much every Godzilla plot for you. Mothra and the monsters eventually become good again and beat the stuffing out of King Ghidorah. He got his butt whooped by 3 monsters before, and now he's taking on, 9 or 10 of them? It's really not a fair fight. But it is pretty funny. Oh my gosh, what's he doing? Not much else to say about this one, other than that Mothra doesn't really do much. She shoots her silk once, and I believe that's it. Man, Mothra's role has really diminished over the years since Mothra vs. Godzilla. And after Destroy All Monsters, she wouldn't appear again for 20 years! That sucks! But maybe it was better that way, because the films in between are some of the worst Godzilla films. No, some of the worst films ever made in history. They're crap. And it doesn't help that Godzilla actually fights crap. Literally. He's fighting a turd. It's fucking bull stuff! Who wants to watch that? I want to watch Mothra. Well, after a 23-year hiatus, she came back with a vengeance! Attacking with her face! Only real women attack with their face. Malthus been taking steroids because she rams a bridge with her face, and it doesn't seem to faze her one bit either. Such power in a woman. She has a bigger pair than I have. Mothra's first battle with Godzilla is really fun. She bites his tail again, but for the most part she's hiding behind this ship thing from Godzilla's radioactive beam. It's so cheap. He barely moves at all, and that's not entertaining. Come on! At least Mothra fights with her face. Just got a bigger pair than your radioactive ones. Just when things look bad for Mothra, suddenly a random caterpillar appears, tosses the little shrimp nugget away, and starts battling Godzilla like he made fun of his mom. He needs to take a chill pill. He's a weird dude. His name's Batra, and he's got this horn that helps him shoot lightning or something. And he waddles about like he's about to unload in his pants. I can't help but laugh. Eventually, everyone becomes a moth. Batra again attacks Mothra, really viciously. I'm about to viciously attack him if he doesn't stop. He's so angry. Leave her alone! Then Godzilla shows up. Batra crushes him with a building, but then he gets his face handed to him, and this is why Mothra is so godlike and awesome. She forgives Batra for attacking her and revives him back to life. Oh, it looks like they're gonna kiss. Oh, that's so stupid. And Batra saves Mothra from being crushed by a Ferris wheel. How romantic. But you can't let that Ferris wheel go to waste. No, put it to good use. Oh, goodness. The fight's okay, but for the most part, I feel like I'm watching a terrible laser show. It's really hurting my eyes. You think that's enough? Though Mothra exhibits some bizarre new moves. I believe this is the only film where she shoots lasers. I could be wrong on that. And this other move where she's flapping about glitter or something, I believe it's some kind of mirror shield, because Godzilla tries to shoot his radioactive beam, and it doesn't work. It's kind of confusing. The moths decide to carry Godzilla out to sea while he gnaws on Batra's neck. Okay. Of course, Batra's stupid enough to carry him face up, so it's pretty obvious what's going to happen. Nobody liked Batra anyway, so it's a double victory for Mothra. On to her next appearance.